Okay, so here's what's funny. I have these videos, and I'll go back and look at them later on and show you. I'll post them or whatever. But I just stood by my car at a crossroads, Baker's Crossroads. So stay over here, Weezer. I I sat there. It's the East Coast. So it's 5 o'clock. And I started recording. I have like 3 or 4 videos. There they are again. That's okay. Now that's like the third or fourth time that fucking vehicle drove past me. But that was my point. What I was getting at is I recorded like 3 or 4 videos in a row. And I'm sorry, but I kind of questioned it a little bit just for the sake of, trying not to have persecutory delusions. But after so long, it's like there's no fucking way that much traffic drives by on this back road in that amount of time, okay? And for the first fucking half hour, 45 minutes, the amount of traffic that drove by, not a single person stopped. Not a single person stopped to ask if I need a ride or get over here, Weezer, come here. Or if I needed, anything. Not a single person. One dude finally stopped. And I thought he asked if I needed a ride. I said, well, I don't know. I had the hood up in the car. And no, I was mistaken though. He didn't ask if I needed a ride. He said, is that your dog? I said, yeah, that's my dog. And he's, oh, okay. And he drove away. That was it. He just wanted to make sure that was my dog. But I'll show you the sheer number of vehicles that drove by me. And it wasn't until after I said this out loud a couple times, excuse me, out loud a couple times about how blatant it is. Come here, Weezer, up here. How blatant it is that nobody stopped to ask, right? About 5 minutes after saying that, within the next 5 minutes, I had 2 people stop and ask. 2 people that I know that may or may not be gang stalking me. I don't, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter because my point is, hey, if you guys are, don't be a dick. You know what I mean? I've said this before. You can do your thing, gang stalk me. I don't care. Collect your money, but don't be a dick, man. You don't have to be a dick. You don't have to be afraid. You can still stop and say, hey, do you need a ride? You have a better chance of not looking like a gang stalker by doing that. Then, you know what I mean? Because I do not, I will go out of my way to deny that somebody is gang stalking me if they give me any reason to whatsoever. Like that they stop and offer a ride or something, like a good person. And I did this before. I walked all the way from Hastings to Patton, and I counted the cars and it made a few videos. And I got up to over 30 before I lost count. But it had to be close to 50 cars drove past me just from the back, like up on the top of French Hill. I went up French Hill there. From there till you hit Beach Road coming into Patton. And just walked, it didn't take too long, but it was like, 11, 12 in the afternoon, maybe 1 o'clock. So it was like a weird time in the middle of the day on like a Wednesday. And it was definitely a huge, odd number of traffic to drive past me at that time. And nobody, not a single fucking car stopped to ask if I needed a ride. And my point is, I've never done that. I've never driven past somebody who looked like they may need a ride. If somebody's jogging or something, then I'm not going to stop. They're jogging, But if they're walking and it just looks like they could need a ride, I'm going to stop and ask if they need a ride. I've never not done that. I've always stopped to ask if somebody needs a ride. And I know that people are fucking assholes, but I thought there were still some good people left. Some decent human beings left on the planet. And well, there are. All right, so see, I gotta carry him like a little baby because you don't listen. But yeah, Aaron Patrick stopped. So thank you, Aaron. And Garrett Cunningham stopped. Thank you, Garrett. I appreciate it. You guys asked if I needed a ride, and that's all that mattered. I actually just wanted to take a walk. I didn't need a ride, but it kind of looked like I did, right? So that's why I was just, hey, there's gang stalker Lynn Murphy, my old neighbor. But yeah, it's beautiful. This is Pennsylvania, West Central Pennsylvania, and the fall foliage. This is one of the, it's definitely rated one of the best places in the country to go to view the fall foliage. You know, this is nothing here. But come on, Weezer, let's go. But it is nice to live around here, and we take it for granted sometimes. Get over here, Weezer. Over here. Gang stalker coming. Come on. See the headlights? Oh. And if you're a targeted individual, you know that this is, if you're driving, you know, this is at night, just like that. This is when you will get the bright headlights right as you're coming up to the crest of the hill. That's when you'll get the bright headlights, and you'll get two cars that pass you right at the same time, and everything they can to cause you to wreck. I mean, unless there's some other hidden reason why that happens. I'm not saying that I know why it happens. I'm just pointing it out that it absolutely happens. And you get to one little blind hill, and right when you get to that blind hill, right at the apex, right at that moment, is when you'll get a car come flying up around to blind you. Right at that right moment. So, all right, now we got a straight stretch. See, that last one there had to just show up right at the crest of the hill there. Okay, but they didn't have headlights on anyway. Come on, Weezer. Come on. So, anyway, I had my court hearing today, and it went great. So, I was gonna fight it and everything to force, you know, the truth to come out. And Dill already left. He quit, or well, he didn't quit. They, you know, transferred him. Even though he told me he was looking forward to being the next chief of police. So he left, I guess. That makes, you know, because that makes a lot of sense. All right, Weezer, I'm just going to follow your lead and come over here. Since you say we got to come over here. But, yeah, so he left. So I'm not out to, I've always said I'm not out to get anybody in trouble. I don't want to do anything to somebody that isn't necessary. You know, if I don't have to go out of my way to make somebody's life miserable, I'm not going to do it. Come here, yeah, that's not what I'm about. I'm going to go out of my way to do everything problems, which is what I did, which is basically this whole fucking thing. I've been, you know, taken on the chin because of it. And, but this whole thing has been effective. The YouTube, you know, I created this YouTube in order to, as a last-ditch effort, you know, to combat the fuckery. You know, I was documenting shit, but nobody was listening. And I was reluctant to put it on YouTube because of the, I could see what they were doing to other people. Make them look crazy, you know? That's the whole point. So I was reluctant, and I didn't do it for a while. So whenever I noticed the shit getting deleted off my phone and I didn't know what to do, I was like, how do we combat that? And then I was like, you know what? I guess I have to use their fucking tactics against them. So you want me to put content on YouTube? Okay. You just might have a hard time calling me crazy, that's all. So I did. I put content on YouTube. Not the shit that makes you look crazy, though. Right? I mean, if they can call me crazy, but it really doesn't work unless you have something to base it on. They were already trying to call me crazy, and so I kind of had the upper hand there because I could just ask that question. You know, what are you basing that on? Why are you calling me crazy, you know? That's weird. It's fucking weird, you know? Like, why are you doing that? So, after I was able to get enough traction doing that, then, you know, then I felt safe enough to say, you know, what I know. Say what I know. And now if anybody starts watching it, it's, you know, you kind of have to go back to the beginning and start watching it, because if you just start watching right now and jump right in the middle, it might look like I'm crazy, but I can't help you then. It's too late. Come here, Weezer. You have to start like at the beginning if you want to. If you really are curious about it and you want to know anything about it, then you're gonna have to start at the beginning. And if you are genuinely curious, that's what you're gonna do. So anybody that comes on here and wants to comment on any videos and say that I'm crazy or don't do drugs, kids, because everybody will follow you around, then it's not gonna work because normal people aren't gonna do that. I'm just gonna point this out, okay? Normal people are not gonna come on, watch one video and say that I'm on drugs and I'm crazy, because that's not gonna say that I'm wrong. Come here, Weezer. Come here, this way. But I'm gonna say I'm right, and we'll agree to disagree, I guess. But there's this. Come here, Weezer. Come here. So I have this weird, like curse, and I've been saying it for a long time, that there's narcissists, think they're always right about everything. I am not a narcissist. Think they're right all the time. They don't listen to anybody else's perspective at all. And it's somebody who just happens to be right all the time. It's kind of, if you're dumb or it's convenient for you, you can call somebody like that a narcissist and kind of maybe get away with it a little bit. It depends on your perspective. But at the end of the day, when there are people that just happen to be right a lot, not all the time, a lot. There's a lot of things I don't fucking know. I'll tell you I don't know. Believe me, I got a lot to learn. Nobody can learn everything. It's just simple as that. So we will always have a lot to learn. So that's why it's a curse. I don't enjoy being right all the time, because there's things that I'll speak my opinion on when I feel that the need to say, hey, wait, I don't think so. I think this is what's going to happen, and the majority's saying something else, but I feel strongly enough about it. I strong enough to speak out about it, and I do, and then I end up being right, whether the people wanted to listen to me or not. Yeah, so after everything comes to fruition, it's a curse. I end up being right, and then people get pissed off, and that's why I say, if you get pissed off because of something I'm pointing out, it's not me that's pissing you off. You're pissing yourself off, okay? I'm just pointing stuff out. And if you get mad at me because something I say makes you look stupid, it's not me making you look stupid. It's just you making yourself look stupid. I'm just pointing the shit out. That's it. Somebody's got to do it. There will always be somebody to do it. But the fact that you are getting pissed off at the messenger, it just goes to show how much more you have to learn and how immature you really are. Fucking socially, mentally immature. Because to be mature is to be able to not throw a hissy fit and get mad at an alternative fucking idea. We don't have to agree, but you gotta listen. You gotta let other people have their view. You don't have to like it. You don't even have to listen to it. But NIRVGORILLA, don't come against it unless you have good intentions. So if you can show me some good intentions, NIRVGORILLA, because I know you can't. If you can show me some good intentions, then maybe I'll I'll start veering back towards maybe you're a decent person. But I kind of have this feeling that I already know what kind of person you are. I mean, you don't have to stay like that though. You can change. You can grow. You can learn, and you can become a more enlightened human being with a better perspective on everything, you know? There's not like black or white, you know? When you mix black and white, you get gray. So some people just, they can't see that yet. Come here, Weezer. Come over here. Come over here, buddy. All right, let's puck it. Let's do your thing. Let's go over here. I'm not gonna fight you back and forth. So, but yeah, I've been saying the whole time here for the last couple of years that this cannot keep going on. This can't keep going on. It's like you can clearly see that it's coming to an apex. You know, it's coming to a point. There's no way this could run on forever and not collide. You know, these two ideas because they're only increasing. It's not like they increase and decrease and increase and no. The amount of people becoming aware of it, and the idea, you can feel the attitude changing already. So the attitude is definitely changing. I've said it from the beginning. This is going to come to an end. The people doing it, I still can't believe that they don't see it. They must not really watch much of this. They must just like do what they're told, I guess, and then brag to their buddies about how much they gang stalk, man. Oh, I gang stalked so hard yesterday. I got 3 gift cards, man. I gang stalk harder than you. Fuck you. I gang stalk harder than you. Wanna fight? You're a good boy, huh? Because he still gets around, you know. He still, you know what keeps him going? He's happy and he smiles. He doesn't have the stresses of life bringing him down and making him age and taking off his fucking life. Because that's what it does, Scott. You know, it's hard, easier said than done, but you gotta try to kill him with kindness, smile, turn the other cheek. You know, that's why I thought it's been effective for me, and I thought it'd be something worth trying. That you should go out of your way and you give it back to them. You know what I mean? And it works. You use their tactics against them. So if they're gang stalking you, then make yourself go and put yourself into public. Don't seclude. Don't, you know, turn into a recluse. Go out and go out of your way to increase your interactions with like your neighbors and stuff, right? Especially if you know it makes them feel uncomfortable, and not just to make them feel uncomfortable, but maybe just in an attempt to get the shit to stop, right? So your intention will be good. You don't have bad intentions, like, you know, because you shouldn't have bad intentions, because that's when you get bad karma, right? So that's why you know, just a suggestion. It's something, you know, it's worth trying. It's something that you obviously haven't tried that you know, that much yet, right? And not everything that works for one person is going to work for another person, but like I said, this stuff has been effective for me. Okay, this is like highly effective, especially if the reason that, are you serious? Look at that fucking hypodermic needle along the road. That's sick. Well, at least it ain't nothing like the cities, dude. They pick up like fucking just tons and tons of them. This is one of the last fucking decent places that's left to live, as far as I can see. Which makes sense why there's a lot of gang stalkers here. Come on, Weezer. Come on. You're slow and old. Let's go. We're almost there. We're actually not very far from my dad's here now. But yeah, so whenever you do this, they will self-destruct, but they will get desperate and they will lash out even more, which will expose them even more, which will make this go faster. This, you know, the whole ending the whole thing. Because today, after I was able to, you know, got perfectly fucking nice to everybody, go out of my way to talk to everybody, you know. And it's proof positive that whenever I get confirmation that so many people in this town watch my videos, but nobody admits it. So what does that mean? That it could mean a combination of things. But for one thing, it definitely means that there's people that are involved in this, that are doing this, they're for some reason afraid to say anything about it or probably watch any of my videos. But as of yesterday, I had somebody. I'm not going to mention their name. Okay, that's because this person reached out to me. I'm not going to mention their name anymore. So, but when somebody reaches out to you and it's like an olive branch, right? And it's I'm not gonna. Why would I try to destroy them? And people make mistakes, and that's what I'm saying. You have to be able to let them, give them a chance. If they recognize it, give them a chance to, to to be cool and prove it without fucking coming down on them, dude. That's why people don't want to admit it. That's why people don't want to say. Nobody's going to be a whistleblower. Nobody's going to come out and say, I'm doing it. Oh, yeah, me too over here. You know what I mean? Because it's fucking illegal. But if we want it to stop, this has been very effective. And I went today to my court hearing, and I got a $50 fine. And, come here, WEEZER. Come over here. And a disorderly conduct. Come here. Come here. But my point, what I was getting at and what I wanted to say was, it's when I come out of the court hearing, I left my doors unlocked because I left my windows down a little bit because WEEZER was in the car. Okay, so I couldn't lock them anyway. I don't ever turn my headlights on because they have daytime running lights, and it's the middle of the day, like it's daytime. But I did leave the key in the ignition. Whenever I got out of the car to go into the courthouse, I had the door open, the back door open. Come here, WEEZER. Come here. You're not running off. So whenever you leave the key in the ignition, you hear that beeping, it's annoying as fuck. Letting you know that you left the lights on, okay? But I didn't get that dinger let me know that the lights were on. Maybe I might have missed it, but it's funny, whenever I go to come out of the courthouse, clear as day, right away, I noticed my fucking headlights are on my car. And they took their sweet old time too, big time. It was like fucking 2 hours just for nothing. I didn't, like I sat there and there was no explanation of why they took so long. It was funny because my hearing was at one courtroom, but I almost got the whole thing dismissed. But I worked with them and took a deal, right? So that everybody's happy, because if I wouldn't have, and I would have pushed and fought, well, what would have happened then? Then I would have had some other people still pissed off at me. And no matter what you do or say, there's somebody that's going to want to come back at me, period. Because I made them look like an idiot when they're not used to looking like an idiot. Hey, what's up, G-boy? No, I'm good. It's nice out, dude. Thanks. I appreciate it. That's fucking... same person that asked me to begin with. First person that asked me. That's fucking awesome, right? So not only once but twice he asked me, right? So I can't say a bad thing about the guy. He's a decent human being. So anyway, everybody's happy, right? Everybody's happy. All's right with the universe. Everything's balanced, You gotta sacrifice a little too. You can't just expect to get somebody else to suffer so that you're happy. Like that's not natural. It's not health. It's not how you should be, because that's how they are. That's, you know what I mean? You don't want to come here. You have to find the balance, dude. Like something different to break the loop. Okay. I haven't even been looking at the chats here. Let's see if there's any chats. There's probably a bunch of them, right? Come here, WEEZER. No, I got one. It doesn't matter what you do. They are going to call us crazy. Well, they can do that. That's fine. They have freedom of speech to do that. Come here, WEEZER. WEEZER, come here. WEEZER, come here. I mean, you're not going to be able to convince everybody of, there's people that are still going to do that no matter what. There's always, and historically, come here, WEEZER. Come here. Anybody who had a good idea, or anybody who did anything worth a damn in history, was called crazy and was persecuted all throughout history. So if you're being called crazy, you're doing something right. You know, that's the way you have to look at it. And that's the truth. I mean, name somebody who did something worth a damn and are remembered in history that were not called crazy at some point by somebody in their life. I bet you'd have a hard time finding that person. Yeah, or because they're not going to be remembered, or they didn't do anything worth enough, you know, for anybody to give a fuck. They're just, you know, the sheeple. They're just sheeple. They just do what they're told. They're the NPCs, you know. Come on, Weezer. Weezer, get over here. You're not pissing on that pumpkin. Come here. See, come here. I'll give him credit. He knows exactly what fucking properties to piss on now. I'm not gonna say any names, but it's like he's my I don't know. He's like, he senses anybody comes against me. He senses that energy, and he pisses on them. Just that he skips properties, you know, but then certain ones he like, fuck you, I'm pissing here. And the couple of properties that it's just funny. It's fucking funny. And he does. It's like, I can't deny it. There's something with the dogs have that sixth sense, you know what I mean? I think they can sense that energy, you know, whether it's good or bad, because certain people he is perfectly cool with. He goes up wagging his tail. Other people, he will fucking stand there like a statue. And he'll wait until they get close enough and he'll try to bite them. It's funny. Because he looks all fucking fluffy and happy. And come on, Weezer. Weezer, come on. Beef jerky, come on. Let's go. He looks all fluffy and happy. And yeah, well, don't be fooled. Come here, Weezer. No, Weezer, come on, you can't. There's too many people to want to piss in all their yards. We'll never get there. Let's go. Come here. Yeah, come here. This is another one. And it's fucking funny. Let's just say, I'm not going to say any names. We're just going to say it's a fireman. But he don't even care about the dogs across the street. He wants to piss in this yard. No, that's bad, Weezer. Bad Weezer. Hey, Weezer, look here. Look. Why are you bad? He's not bad. He's misunderstood. So, but you know how, this is not serious. The whole time I've been doing this, right? This stream, I don't know how long it's been, 37 minutes? Hasn't been very many cars past me. I can honestly say it seemed normal, right? It's crazy how that is on a live stream, right? I'm doing this. But whenever I was right there at my car, standing there for way longer than this, for that duration, like, I'm gonna upload the videos. It's nuts how many fucking cars. It's crazy, dude. The amount of cars. It was a constant flow of traffic for a good hour. And yeah, you're gonna get the people that want to explain it and say, oh, well, it's just that time of day. It's just people coming home from work. Yeah, sure it is. They all come that way, that back road. It's not even the main route. It's the secondary route. So I'm sure that I can look up some data from PennDOT, from the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, on some numbers of the amount of traffic on certain roads and compare it. If that's what, you know, do I got to do that? And then when the people that try to explain it away look like retards and you look like fucking stupid, or you don't get mad at me. You know, I don't want you to get mad at me whenever I end up being right and you look like a retard. Some people will go this way. Come here, Weezer. If they live on this road. I mean, unless they just decide they want to go this weird way instead. Like my brother, who's not supposed to. He's told not to drive past. There's no reason for him to drive past my dad's house. And there's no reason he even needs to. If he needs to go to anybody's house on this road, he can go the way we just came. Or he can come from town the other way. you know, he does not need to go past my dad's house, but yet he does all the time. Come on, Weezer. Oh, you got to poop? Okay, here, we're gonna watch Weezer take a crap. Okay. This is the highlight of your day, gang stalkers. Let's see. Live chat. Car. Oh, yeah, so that's what I was getting at, Scott, in my car. I come out and my battery's dead. Come here, Weezer. Come on. Weezer, come here. Come here. Come on. Because my headlights were on for some reason. Because I think somebody reached in my car and turned my headlights on. Because the window was down. So all they'd had to do was just reach in and turn the headlights on. So I do think that. And then whenever I started it up and went to leave, I waited long enough and it finally built up enough juice that I could start it up. I could have just got the jumper cables out and got a jump from somebody, but I thought it was a good opportunity to sit there and record some shit and some people. So I have some recordings from that too. And I think as punishment, retaliation, I've never had, if this is what it is, if it's directed energy weapons on my fucking car, I've never had like to this extreme. But they like really fucking wanted to punish me after today. After, you know, my energy, like I'm in cloud 9 and that's chapter's over and done with. Dill doesn't work for Patton anymore. And I have, disorderly conduct? So who looks like a fucking retard now, right? Who looks like an idiot? Anybody that's been saying that I'm a drug addict, or anybody that's been saying any of this bad shit about me, right? They have to eat crow, right? So they're gonna be pissed and they're gonna retaliate. So I'm sitting there, I get it started, and I can see them in my peripheral vision, but I'm not even acknowledging them on purpose because that's what they want you to do, you know? The amount of people walking like they walk up and then they cross right in front of my car, which is in the middle of the block, instead of the crosswalk. It makes no sense. And stupid shit like that. But then I'm sitting there and the car's running and all of a sudden there's a physical like thump on my car, like a boom, right? It was like somebody kicked it or something, but there was nobody around it, nobody. I don't know what caused it, but then there was like a little puff of smoke that come out from under the hood too. It was like, I don't know, was it an electromagnetic fucking, an EMP blasters? I don't fucking know. But it went poof, a puff of smoke come out from under the hood, and I felt it, like, I literally felt it, the whole car. And then it was like kind of running shitty. It wanted to run shitty. And I don't know, it doesn't make sense what it was because I checked the fluids. I get out, like I got out and put the hood up and shit and to examine it, see what the fuck it was. And when I did, I was at this little convenience store there, right around the corner. And this lady was going in. And of course, she pulled in right when I did, you know, the convenience store. And she's standing there in front of the door. She wouldn't go in. She's standing there smoking a cigarette, whatever. And then I opened the hood, you know, and she goes, ha ha, like laughs, right? Come here, Weezer. Weezer, come here. No, bad dog. Okay, this is the home of Weezer, come here. Bad dog, come here. Come here. Bad dog. See, this is the home. This is confirmed. One of my gang stalkers lives here. So come here, Weezer, bad dog, come here. Come here. I know you want to piss on them real bad, so do I. The video, no, Weezer, come here. See, these guys too, whoever they are, they move all around you. So this is my dad's house right after this. And literally, my dad, whoever, you know, lives next to my dad has a fucking ambulance. It's funny. It's like a food truck or something, I guess. But it's just funny, you know what I mean? So, yeah, the first house he wanted to piss on there, that was the video where the dude's trying to fix his tie rod in my parking lot at 11:30 at night in the middle of a snowstorm with no tools on the ground. You know, and then he leaves right when I leave. Well, the Jeep that pulled in, okay, and if you remember that watching that video, the Jeep that pulled in the corner and I went over and confronted them, that was little Ed Litzinger. And he said he came to there, he was just drinking in the parking lot. It's, you know, he can't even make up a good lie. That was where he grew up. That house that we just wanted to piss on. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's a chippy. The cat's got a chippy. Oh, poor chippy. Well, does anybody have any anything they want to say? You know, this chipmunk, he you know, he collected many nuts, and he climbed many trees. He made a difference in the world. He will be missed. Let's see, anybody? They turned your headlights on, then dragged their feet in the courthouse. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And then they did something. Like I said, my car went fucking thud, and the lady went to go in the convenience store. She chuckled whenever I was looking under the hood. And of course, when she comes out, you know what she bought? A fucking newspaper. That's it, just a newspaper. But I went to leave there, and the car was running okay. It was running just fine whenever I went to leave Evansburg, because I went like little side streets and everything, and I just finally poked out on the main road and just went, and it drove fine. And a mile out of town, I stopped at my buddy's house and pulled off, and I helped my buddy's mom for a little while with some lawnmowers. They fix up lawnmowers and sell them, which is funny. But yeah, I helped her for a little bit. And then when I went to leave there, it was very, very, very blatantly obvious that that they were, you know, groups of cars, to make sure that I was like in between two groups of cars, right? And it was pretty obvious to me, so I even said, you know, I had a video of it, and I said, you know what, if it ain't right, go left. I pulled off, and then whenever I went to pull back out on the road, I had somebody, boom, they pulled out in front of me on purpose, like blatantly right in front of me. You know, like it was very blatant. And then like they did that twice on the way home, just to make sure, like it was like to make sure that I was in between these groups of cars. And then whenever the car started fucking up right in the middle of Carrolltown, right in front of the fucking Carrolltown police station, it stalled out at the red light right there and didn't want to start, and it was like fucking up, right? And it didn't make, I didn't know why it was doing it or anything. Yeah, I know. I got, well, I got out of Carrolltown, and I was like, okay, well, they're clearly, I think they're, whatever they're doing, or it seemed like they were doing something to overheat my car, because the fluid's good. It was overheating, but the temperature gauge wasn't going up, right? But it was running like shit, like it was. So whenever I stopped it, I finally stopped at Baker's Crossroads there, and then the number of fucking vehicles that drove by while I was at Baker's Crossroads over and over and over and over and over and over and over again for fucking over an hour. It was ridiculous, the amount of traffic that drove past me. And I thought, what are they trying to make sure that when I pull out again that they can make my car run like shit? So I decided I'm not even gonna try to fucking start it back up here. I just parked it, locked it, and figured I'd take a walk. It's like a 3 mile walk to my dad's. This is my dad's house. I just got here. And that was my dad's neighbor. He worked for the federal government. He worked transporting federal prisoners, I guess, at one point. I don't know. But we should say some words here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know what happened to the car. I don't know. But whenever I parked it, I turned the key back on, and the temperature gauge went straight up to the fucking top. So, I don't know. I don't know how. I can't explain it. But I'm open to the possibility of some fuckery going on, because of everything. You know, fucking my battery dies, and then the car wants to start running like shit for no reason. It ran great to get to the courthouse and everything. It ran perfectly fucking fine. And while I come out and start it up, and then it wants to run like shit, you know. And this is something that people, you know, if you're TI, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an electrical issue. I'm sure something that I'll have to look at it. But I didn't want to drive it with them. You know, I didn't want to. They wanted me to keep driving and ruin the fucking thing, whatever it is, whatever the issue is. I'm sure, you know. I might have already fucking fucked it up. I don't know. Yep, that's the first thing I'm gonna check. Well, I already had an issue. This just happened last week. It just started doing this thing with the transmission. Didn't want to engage, and it's right whenever right whenever you're pulling out, right? So I looked it up, and I found out it's not a problem with the transmission. It's a problem with the what's it called? The four electronic automatic transmission module. It's the forward engage. Okay, so it's just whenever the first engage or whatever. When the automatic transmission is supposed to first engage, it's an electronic part, and that's what's wrong. It's a common problem that goes bad on those. And the I guess the fix is to do a flush. I don't understand how the flush has anything to do with an electrical problem, though. I got to look into it more. But it's the forward engage forward engage automatic transmission problem. But it's only for that forward engage problem. Just a flush will fix it, I guess. Right, exactly, Scott. My lights didn't go on by themselves. And I would have noticed them on when I was going into the courthouse. Like, it was fucking, it was so blatantly obvious as soon as I walked out of the courthouse. You could see there's a car sitting there with its lights on. Right there. Like, as soon as I looked, I seen it. So, yeah, it's just funny. So I think it's like the whole day was good for me, but they have to punish me now, you know. But it doesn't piss me off. If anything, it builds me up even higher because it's just more confirmation that I'm winning. You know what I mean? You know, I don't get satisfaction out of them fucking being miserable, but I get satisfaction out of knowing the confirmation that I'm doing something right, and the fact that the sheer amount of vehicles that drove by me while I was sitting there with the hood up at Baker's Crossroads, and not a fucking single one of them would stop and ask if I needed a ride or anything, until fucking Jew-Boy there. That was his nickname in high school, as Aaron Patrick. Until he stopped and asked me twice, you know, 2 different times. But even then, it was only him and one other person stopped. But it wasn't until I sat there and I started saying about it, right? I was saying it out loud on a video, and within 5 minutes, then somebody stops and offers me a ride. And then within a couple more minutes, somebody else stops and offers me a ride. After 45 minutes of nobody, and just countless amounts of cars with out-of-state plates and tinted windows, and it was just, you know, it's funny. So that's something that I can post and that I would post. That doesn't make me look crazy. It can't make me look crazy, you know. They're so dumb, and they don't have any fucking idea how retarded and obvious they look, that I will enjoy posting that. I will no problem posting that and saying, yes, look, these are fucking gang stalkers. Normal people would stop and ask if somebody needed help or needed a fucking ride. You know, if they're not gang stalkers, they're ignorant pieces of shit. I've never passed somebody up, never fucking passed somebody up that seemed like they could have needed a ride and not stopped and offered them a fucking ride. I know not everybody does that, but come on, you know. But at least there was 2 people that I know are still decent people. Whether they're gang stalking or not, it's irrelevant. You know, they stopped to ask if I needed a ride. That's all that fucking matters. I missed what you said there, Scott. Let's see, what did it say? I mean, logically, someone would say, oh, hell, my car took a shit. Call the tow truck and boom, big bill for a nothing fix. Yeah, right? I mean, is that what they wanted me to do or what? Whatever. I mean, it was just crazy the amount of traffic that drove by me that didn't. That's what I'm pointing at, is the amount of people that drove by me that didn't stop to ask. One guy stopped. One fucking guy stopped, and I thought he asked if I needed a ride, but he didn't. He asked if Weezer was my dog. He was worried about the dog, man. He was checking to see if the dog was okay. And I said, yeah, it's my dog, and that was it. Then he left. And that kind of was like, what? Really? That just fucking happened? So I'm just saying that's the type of shit they do, almost just like a prank, but not. Right. And I'm here to point out the obvious to them, and whenever they get pissed off because I make them look like an asshole or I make them look stupid, I'm here to remind them it's not me that you're mad at. You're mad at the truth. Okay, so don't get mad at me when I point the truth out and I make it blatantly obvious. You know, if the truth makes you look stupid, don't get mad at me. I'm not making you look stupid. It's you that's making you look stupid. I'm just pointing out the truth. That's it. I'm just saying what everybody's thinking. So it's because somebody has to do it, or else we're just gonna, we're just gonna perpetuate more of this fucking shittiness that's in the world right now, and it's never gonna get any better. And this is happening on a bunch of different levels and a bunch of different subjects, and different circles of people and different things. It's happening like this all over the world, not just for like TIs and gang stalkers, but like everybody. Everything is what's the word I'm looking for? I always forget this word. Seems like everything is I don't know, ramped up, you know what I mean? Everything is elevated. I don't know why I can never think of this fucking word. I never can remember it when it's on the tip of my tongue, but then I remember it later on. But yeah, I wanted to to put this out there and say that I did a live right before the court hearing, and I didn't even look to see if if anybody watched it or if it turned out okay. It was on the way to the courthouse. I was fashionably late. But what they did, here's what's funny. They actually pulled like a switcheroo. I had my court hearing scheduled in one court hearing under one certain judge, right? So this is what they can do if they want to. They can use their power for good, just so that they could it doesn't look bad, so they could pull the old switcheroo, do what they need to do. I didn't have my hearing in front of that judge. They changed my hearing right then and there. They changed it to another courtroom. So we had to walk across the courthouse over to a different courtroom in front of a different judge, and then they fucking literally walked up and just asked the judge right there. He acted as a standing magistrate. So they dropped it back down to a magistrate level. Okay. Scott says you're gonna do some more drawing on your latest dragon picture in a few. I missed it. Okay. It's my wife and I. Oh, happy anniversary, dude. That's right. You know what? That 31 kept coming up today, and I didn't know why. That's why. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Well, you shouldn't be on here watching me then, dude. You should go fucking. Well, unless you're watching it with your wife, but congratulations, dude. That's cool. That's a long time. That's a big deal. That's you're tried and true, whatever. I'm gonna walk down here for a sec because I keep hearing these fucking idiots going, who. I want to see who it is. It's my buddy, my kid's buddy lives down here, and after yesterday, my kid fucking pissing me off, not listening again, and I haven't been home all day. Since I had my court hearing, and here I am. It's dark out. I left the house at fucking 8:30. in the morning. So it's got to be close to 8:30 at night, right? What time is it? Anybody? Anybody at all? It is. I don't know what time it is. I don't have a clock on this live stream, but I think it'll keep live streaming if I close the app on it. Let's see. I go to the app switcher. Every time I fucking... Oh, I did stop, didn't it? Nope, there it goes. Okay, that's what I was talking about with the numbers, guy. Every time I fucking look at a clock or something, it's... I mean, how do you explain that? I just looked at the clock and it's exactly 7:11. So, I'm gonna get off of here anyway. Thanks anybody that watched. Stay real. Be good or be good at it.